Barcelona was supposed to be the reset. Without Karen Liftlander on the entry list, the field had a shot. But at the last moment, he was back, and he dominated again. Behind him, chaos reigned as Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer traded paint in a wild duel for the podium. The contact was so fierce, Brian even tried to cross the line in reverse. Emma Smith, she crashed in sympathy when the leaders came together in the final lap, unfortunately. Now, the Velocity Pixels Endurance Cup begins. One question hangs in the balance. Will anyone stop Karen Liftlander from running away with it again? We go green at Oschersleben, live next on ASN. Big shot as we take here. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Oschersleben B layout, a shorter variant of Germany's motorsport arena Oschersleben. Originally opened in 1990, I don't think I'm going to say that word right once. I'm going to say it at the same time twice. Originally opened in 1997, the B layout trims down the full circuit to a tighter, more technical loop that emphasizes cornering precision and rhythm. With its narrow racing line, tricky chicanes, and heavy braking zones, this layout keeps the racing close and overtaking at a premium. While it may lack the length of its full counterpart, Oschersleben B layout delivers intense wheel-to-wheel action every time. It's every time. In NASA Rallycross, our Velocity Pixels Endurance Cup format is as follows. We are finishing open practice now, which leads us into a 3-lap, single-car qualifying session that splits the field equally into 2 10-minute heat races. The top 5 receive bonus points, with 5 to the winner down to 1 for 5th. This sets the grid for our 30-minute feature race where the points are awarded, trophies are handed out, and everyone races. The 6th season of NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship continues today, live on the Automotive Sports Network with Stephen Moreau in the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box. My name is Joshua Darnell, and we welcome you back to the Lights World Championship. Intro music. Cameras all season long are on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. Thank you, Andrew Cardinelli IV, for your camera support. And the music for NASA World Feed was produced by Alex Abetti, the one, the only. All right, Steven, how are you feeling tonight? I know you just came off of the Futures race. How was it?
Well, I just came off the Futures, so that was electrifying. If I got to be honest, it was great to watch. The battling in both of the heat races was so intense that I can't even remember what happened. All I can remember is Klaus came away in the first heat unscathed, and Eric came away in the second heat. Eric Kaplinger came away in the second heat unscathed as well. So at the end of the future race, for the feature, when we went to the 30-minute there, the last 4 minutes, we had 3 different battles going on. We had a battle for Eric's position, a battle for Klaus's position, and a battle for Dan Corrido's position. It was intense, needless to say. So I'm really, really excited to see what the open setup lights will do here tonight with the Lights World Championship. So
yeah, 100%. I only caught the tail end. Well, not the tail end. I think I thought I was going to catch the tail end of the feature race, but I wound up catching the whole thing. I didn't know that these were going to be 30-minute races. For myself, I'm terrified. I'm used to 10-minute layouts, so 30 minutes is going to be something else. I know.
Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow.
I got a Minecraft Happy Meal from McDonald's, and I got a toy.
Looks like we are being kicked off from practiced into qualifying now. So as soon as somebody gets up on the track, Eric Kaplinger is our first on track.
Yep, there he goes. Out and away, slow but surely. This first turn coming out of pit is, I don't know who designed this pit road, but it is dangerous in the supercars, man. You really got to take that thing slow. And even how was up to Eric. He was
That's going to be a black flag for Eric Kaplinger.
Really? It's going to be a black flag?
Yes. If there's one thing you should note, because this is a road track, iRacing is going to be doing this as road rules. So if you go into the dirt, that's an incident. If you come out of that pit lane unsafely, that's DQ, or not a DQ, black flag. So we will be seeing a lot of black flags and or a lot of incidences.
Does he have a black flag? How can I tell? How did they tell that?
He should have gotten one, but I don't see him. I don't see one for some reason. Looks like Gerald DeFino has scrubbed his first lap. Same with Josh Mertz.
Eric Kaplinger onto his first lap right now. Coming down the back straightaway, a lot of speed coming down this corner. Have to get this entry right here. You guys out there, excuse me. I don't know too much about this track. Like I know the Rallycross tracks, but road courses are, well, Rallycross and iRacing is pretty simple too. You just got to hit the grip strip. But road courses are a little bit more straightforward than the Rallycross is. Wouldn't you say, Steven?
I would say, honestly, road courses have a lot more strategy than dirt road, if I got to be honest.
I mean driving.
Yeah.
I'm like
there's a lot more strategy here than I would say in your regular dirt road racing, because the strats here are intense. You have to slipstream, you have to know when to pit, you have to know who your teammates are if you have any on track, and if you're lucky, if you have any on track, you have to use them for better positioning for your team, not just your team but also yourself as well. We saw all of that going down in the feature race, where we had both Eric Kaplinger and Rodriguez, who were both on the same team, slipstream each other so that they would both get good positions for the race and also good positions for their team as well. So I'm gonna say, like, there's gonna be a metric ton of strategy going on here tonight. That's gonna be a lot more than just I need to make pace on this dirt section before I come out onto the asphalt. This is just pure strategy. Like,
I guess I never thought about it that way. Tonight's probably going to be a learning experience for me, because I don't do my road course experience comes down to Assetto Corsa. So, I'm going to try to be useful tonight. I should be able to call the wheel-to-wheel action though, but you might have to take over strategy here. I've never even done a pit stop before, so.
Well, hopefully tonight, all of the racers have practiced their entering the pit lane, exiting the pit lane, and where their pit boxes are, because they're not going to know where their pit boxes are all night. It's going to be, their pit boxes will be random spots
and
all night long. So
I'm not.
Hopefully these drivers have practiced this.
Random.
Yep, random all night long. They're not going to be in the same spots.
So when it comes down, like, for these endurance tracks, it's so interesting to see, because a lot of these drivers are dirt road drivers, and majority of them are only practicing or only know the Rallycross tracks. So when we come to these road courses, this endurance track, it's interesting to see, it really, driver knowledge goes out the window, and it really just comes down to driver skill. It's interesting to see everyone on a level playing field, kind of. Because we have Zachary Goddard right now with a minute 2:73, 3/10 above Emma Smith. Someone was speeding in pit road. That siren scared the hell out of me. I didn't know what it was.
And we're still waiting for Kieran LaFlander. Oh, no, never mind. He's actually on track right now.
Aaron Kaplinger's final lap was a minute 3.087. Mertz with a minute 3.
Kieran LaFlander and Klaus Kutzer are finally on the track. getting
Mertz
their laps time in.
I'm gonna expect to see Emma and Josh doing strategy like you said for positions here. They're only a thousandth or 100th of a second, not even 100th of a second off of each other. So,
well, if they're since they are teammates, they are gonna need if they both make it to the feature, they will need each other to be able to get good positioning for strategy, because like I was saying, there's a lot of slipstreaming that happens here because of these
especially with
long
lights.
straights. So with the lights, especially with the lights, because the lights are going to be open setups, so everyone's going to be significantly faster than what we saw people putting down in the futures. Like our two fastest people from the features are Klaus Kreutzer and Eric Kaplinger, and they're both a whole second behind Zachary Goddard and Emma Smith.
Zachary got to put down a heater of a lap for sure. A minute 2 in the Beetle lights is impressive. I'm pretty sure everyone.
I believe he was first out on track as well. So another thing to mention is there's going to be no track resets all night. And because there will be no track resets all night, the strategy is going to be intense. Like I keep coming back to the strategy, but when it comes to road racing is literally all about strategy. So
minute 1,
that was a heater of a lap.
7/10.
And it looks like he's going back to pits to. Oh no, that was his last lap actually. It looks like everybody's done their laps. And so with that, I'll bring up the results of everyone where everyone's being placed for now.
So Kieran Livelander pole position. Not entirely surprised by that. Zachary Goddard, Emerson, JC Simspert's basically all the way down with Zachary Goddard, Emma Smith, and Josh Mertz. So expect to see a lot of strategy from these drivers attempting to usurp Kieran from the pole position here, or not pole position, but take away first from him. Eric Kaplinger, Dan Corritto, Brian Sawyer, Klaus Kreutzer, Gerald DeFino, and Wyatt Pearson rounds out our grid. I should mention, 10 drivers today.
Interesting place to see Brian Sawyer, our last
I was thinking about that earlier.
Our last season's winner, a championship winner, is in 7th place.
These endurance
between
cups,
3 different future drivers, so this is going to be an intense battle.
Really, 100% is going to be intense. We're going to see Brian fighting to make up spots to get points back as best he can. On a track like this, I think it kind of goes without saying. It's similar to Barcelona. It feels like pole position is really nice to have.
While we wait for this to get kicked forward into the first heat, I'm going to read off our programming notes. Oh, never mind.
No, you're not. Nice try.
And they caught me.
Is there an outlap? Hold on. Steven,
I see a pace car. Is this a rolling?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is a rolling.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I can hear internally. Brian is upset at himself for doing this.
Emma Smith, Eric Kaplinger, Brian Sawyer, and JP DeFino. I don't think we were supposed to have rolling starts. People are confused.
It seems like we're gonna roll with this though. So
yeah, we're having them now. So everyone, buckle in. Live on ASN, we're keeping the drivers on their toes.
Well, I guess I can do the programming notes while we get to rolling pace. So
that's wonderful, isn't it?
NASA Rallycross Contenders tomorrow continues at Oschersleben here tonight. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, and then we'll get a fresh breath of air with Torque Sports Car Series at Spa in France at 8:40 p.m. Eastern. On Thursday, and then following that Saturday, we'll come back to Oschersleben for the last Endurance Cup at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then that will be followed by immediately followed by iRacing's Rallycross Strength of Field Night with Week 6 at 8:15 p.m. Eastern, and then that'll cut us back into a brand new week of NASA Rallycross features on ASN Plus for $1 a month with me and Josh Mertz in the commentators booth and at Crandon Short. And so that'll be that week, and I will cut us back here because it looks like we're about to come across the finish line, and the pit car is going to come off here.
One thing we don't ever get to do here is we don't ever really get to look at some of these drivers' paints, and some of them really do look like, with them going slow like this, we kind of get time to appreciate it.
Oh yeah,
some of them have put in a lot of work. Like Kieran's is looking real nice. I like the colors.
I do like that Emma black Smith's. And pink.
I like Emma Smith's World War. Like it gives me World War II
car is
vibes.
Off, and we are about to go green for the first heat for tonight.
Kieran was over the radio saying the pace car's moving too slow.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are off.
JP DeFino way behind. I'm not really sure what's going on there. It's a good start, even start for Emma Smith and Kieran Liftlander. Same with the other 2 cars behind them, with it looking like
a little bump there from Emma Smith into Kieran, and Kieran is going way wide.
Kieran way wide, comes out behind Eric Kaplinger. Yeah, able to hang on to it. These Rallycross cars built for the dirt. Used to it. Kieran looking inside on Eric Kaplinger, not able to hold it. Eric gives him a nudge. Kieran inside. All these drivers now single file line. Kieran looking to make up lost time now. Deep into the braking zone as Kieran Liftlander gains a little bit of time left from Emma Smith. And I think the gap now is 0.3. Make it 0.2 as they come down into the S's. Emma Smith with a good tight line through it. Has to maintain momentum now. Kieran looking outside. Going to go for the over-under maybe. Take the tighter line. Gives Emma Smith a nudge.
I don't even
Emma
think they
outside now.
I
Kieran
think
inside.
Emma just went a little wide.
Emma coming back down. Nudges Eric Kaplinger. Door bangs him, really. Comes down. You know, like, guys, we really got to be aware of where we are sometimes.
And
Kieran Liftlander
brings some
back
dirt
into
up
pole
onto the
position.
track.
Emma Smith making contact
That's going to be
Raymond Rodriguez now. Drops her down back and down to P4 from P2. Eric Kaplinger. So right now on lap 2, after our first lap, we have Kieran Liftlander, Eric Kaplinger, Brian Sawyer that made contact with Emma Smith. Not Raymond. Sorry, Ray. We missed you. And Gerald DeFino on P5. Emma Smith looking inside, not able to get the grip. Brian blocks the door. So Kieran Liftlander now making a bit of a gap now to some of these drivers. Really, the thing I'm noticing here is he is utilizing every ounce of the apex that he can. He's hitting he's hitting not only the curves, but he's going up on the solid red.
He's going off track as well. Some of these aren't counting as off tracks, but there's a few times where he's going straight off track, like just in that not this last turn, but the turn before this last turn. I saw him dip a tire into that sand pit and bring some sand up onto the track here. But like I mentioned earlier, there is no track resets all night long, so any dirt that is brought up off the track onto the track is going to be really bad for all of these drivers.
Way wide.
As you can see here, there's dirt there on that corner entry there, as you saw it being kicked up off of Kieran's tires. So
Brian and Eric Kaplinger are now battling for positions. Both of them deep in the break, basically
side by side,
blocking the corner,
blocking Emma Smith as a team barrier here.
Brian
Love to
see
the play. It's a good strategy. I wouldn't even call that blocking. That was just a good team wall right there.
Good team wall. Yeah, 100%.
And this is what I mean as that strategy where it comes with
contact between Eric Kaplinger.
Because we got Brian Sawyer and Eric Kaplinger on the same team, so they're going to be. Well, I hear Brian Sawyer.
What did he say? I didn't hear him.
I think he's looking to get on those ankles of Kieran Liftlander, but Brian doesn't. I don't think Brian knows that he's like 6 seconds behind Kieran. I don't think he's gonna get onto those ankles anytime soon here. I mean, he might. He's still got 6 minutes, and he still has a teammate who can bump draft him and give him that pace that he needs to get into contention with Kieran Liftlander, but.
I don't know if it's going to be enough. So far,
I don't think so.
Kieran make one mistake, and that was in the very beginning, and it could have very well been off of the contact. So, it is. There's going to be a lot more than some
great racing in the backpack here, though.
Wonderful racing in the backpack. Emma Smith making a surge on the
especially
JP
with
going
Emma
way
Smith.
wide.
Both Emma Smith and JP going way too wide on that exit.
Once again, these cars proving to be Rallycross cars as they grip up on the dirt. Brian Sawyer, Kieran Liftlander in P1, Brian Sawyer.
I think we just had
P2.
Josh over the intercom system telling the drivers to stop going off track.
JP very wide into turn 2 right now. Battle's still raging on for basically P2 and P3, although I don't think we're going to see Eric Havlinger doing anything too egregious to Brian Sawyer. It's more so playing
No, this is just
I think.
team play right now. This
Yeah,
is just keeping Emma Smith and JP behind them so that they keep their team points.
I think Brian has his own personal championship in the running where he just wants to beat Josh. So like anything that they can do to stop JC, so it's kind of like a Ferrari Ford rivalry. Like it doesn't much so matter if they win, just so much as they beat the other person.
And our race leader and points leader is coming across the line again to start his.
So, are these races?
Lap?
Yeah, 6th lap. Are these races solely timed? Like, there's no lap limit. Like,
there's no lap limit. It's just they're just timed.
Oh my goodness, I'm not ready for that emotionally.
I believe the feature is 69 laps.
That
like
doesn't make
minutes,
it. That doesn't make it any
laps.
better. Nice. 69 laps. Cool.
I think I could be wrong on that, but I think that's what Josh said before we started the broadcast. So I think he said that it was 30 minutes, comes out to 69 laps. So
still battle raging for P2 and P3 right now.
Yep,
Emma's trying to get something. Emma trying to get something to happen.
Actually, you know what? Let's go back with Kieran and let's ride on board for him. Lap. Not a whole lot.
I'll maintain visual on what's going on back here.
As Kieran is going to start his 7th lap.
You can see him. We're gonna notice, like, we're gonna be able to watch him utilize every single curb here, right there. Utilizes the yellow curves, utilizes it again to get as much of an opening.
Keep the inside here, and then he's gonna go out wide.
Yeah, he's utilizing
all of that momentum.
Still keeps it tight.
Beautiful inside
with
tight
a little
turn
bit of a
right
bad
there.
entry.
Let's see what he does here. This is a beautiful right-hander as well. Clean intro, entry, and clean exit from Kieran Liftlander. As we come up to the finish line here.
This track looks like it's a lot about just
turns.
commitment. He's committing to every single one of these. Like, it's full commitment every single one of these turns.
Yeah, you have to commit. It's like I was saying earlier. It's that strategy of the road racing where you have to find. You are not fast if you are not riding the edge of your limit of adhesion of grip. If you're not riding the edge of the grip, you are not fast at all, ever in road racing. Because for road racing to be fast, you need to be able to make the car go out of control. If the car never slips out of control, you're never going to be fast because you're never going to find the limit of the grip. And it looks like tonight, Kieran Liftlander, without even having to go into the actual feature race, he's going to know exactly where the limit of adhesion is on this car. So this should be a great feature battle between Kieran Liftlander and Emma Smith. And we'll ride on board with Eric Kaplinger here. He's riding behind our last season's winner, Brian Sawyer.
Yeah, the battle is fizzled out. Brian Sawyer, Eric Kaplinger are tandem racing right now. Emma Smith has fallen back to the pack. P4 now. JP DeFino. Unfortunately, JP, no changes for him. I was hoping to see a surge happen. He got a really bad start, though. I don't think he was ready at all for a rolling start. I mean, none of these drivers were, but...
I'm going to go to a high cam real quick, and I'm going to bring back the programming notes for a second, because I forgot to mention who's doing what. And I know I should probably mention who's doing what broadcasts, so while we don't really have much going on here, I'm going to quickly do that. So... for contenders, we'll have Brian Sawyer and Justin Robichaux. And then for sports car, we'll have Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer. For the Rallycross World Championship, we'll have Brian Sawyer and Josh Mertz, I believe, as well. again, and then for the iRacing Rallycross off, we'll have Brian Sawyer, myself, and Joshua Darnell for that. And then when we come back next week to Crandon Short, we'll also have again me and Josh Mertz in the production car in the commentary booth for futures, and then we'll be back. Me and Josh Darnell will be back for the lights. So it'll be great.
We have missed nothing since we broke
Absolutely
up Brand notes. The battle has.
It is.
Are they taking pits during the heat races, or is that just during the feature?
No, just for the feature, I believe.
Okay. I mean that makes sense, but
as we
so are we gonna see this track grip up? Like, is that gonna happen by like the?
Kieran is gonna be coming around for the final time.
Yeah, Kieran's gonna take heat
and our
one.
point leader / race leader, Kieran LaFlander, comes in first place for his heat, and Brian Sawyer in second.
Barring any mistakes, it'll be Brian Sawyer, Eric Catlinger, and Emma Smith.
Hold up, Eric Cap. He's looking for a surge here. Might.
It's not gonna be enough.
Looks like he just left it for Brian. I think he wanted to give something for the broadcast to look at for there.
Oh, both drivers, a tandem reverse.
Ooh, that was beautiful from both.
Beautifully done.
Everybody.
If you know, another tandem, another hitting a 180 as we line up for our second grid for this.
And our second grid for tonight is Zachary Goddard for JC Sim Sport in first, Josh Mertz also for JC Sim Sports in second, Dan Corritto in third with Saints and Sinners, Klaus Kreutzer in fourth with Team Watson Racing, and Wyatt Pearson in fifth for with JC Academy Green. So,
all right, now while we watch these cars go around this track for the first time very slowly, everyone watching tonight, remember to like the stream, share it, subscribe if you want to tune in for some great iRacing Rallycross action.
If you're looking for
just
the
free Rallycross action,
usually at the bottom.
Yeah, us Rallycross fans, we don't get a whole lot. They don't give us too much. Thank God for Rally TV though.
I'll hit the script bit for you. 1 second.
What script bit?
The one that you're missing for the for information. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams on weekly, along with our short-form video content brought to you by Jess Rakowski. And if you like your content to be broadcasted by ASN, you can contact us at asnTVUSA.com. And if you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone. All of the info is at nasasimracing.com. Oh, there we go. Need to bring that graphic back.
So another 2 JC Sim Sport drivers, maybe 3. Wyatt Pearson on JC as well? I believe he is. So 3 JC Sim Sport drivers, Klaus Kreutzer, and then Dan Corritto.
I think we have some comms going on in the chat. I think they're Josh and Brian are squabbling about who's working when. I think Brian said he had work tomorrow or something.
Drivers and businessmen, what can I say?
And as the pace car is very slowly coming
oh my god,
around
dude,
the
this
track.
pace car.
I'll read the other script bit for the cameras.
Whiplash Sim
cameras
Cams?
all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And thank you to Andrew Carnali IV for your camera support.
Best cameras you can get for your iRacing leagues, everyone.
Actually, though, if you guys seriously want top production camera productions, please hit up Whiplash Sim Cams. They are the best cameras for iRacing.
About to go live. All the cars, even start for the front 2 runners, even start for the back 2 runners. Now they're starting to.
Great
now the
start.
draft's kicking
Looks
in.
like we're gonna go
draft's kicking in very hard.
Too wide with the draft here into turn
Klaus
1.
Kreutzer backs out a little bit, gets the inside.
Josh Mertz keeps the lead here, and he's gonna keep Goddard behind him. Remember, these two are teammates, so there is going to be some team play here between 3 of them.
Wyatt Pearson is
3 members here on the same team.
Wyatt Pearson is shaving the paint off of Klaus's bumper right now. Wyatt Pearson misses the braking zone, has to correct, loses a lot of time to Klaus. That one's going to hurt for sure. Josh Mertz starting to build up a bit of a gap to Zachary Goddard. Klaus looking to bridge the gap to Zachary Goddard. Does everyone transfer? I think everyone transfers.
I believe everybody transfers.
So we have Josh Mertz on the first lap out. We have Josh Mertz, Zachary Goddard, Klaus Kreutzer, Wyatt Pearson, or Dan Corritto, then Wyatt Pearson. My mistake. Dan Corritto shaving the paint off of Klaus Kreutzer's rear bumper there in the first couple corners. Almost contact between them as he came back down off the track.
It's like Klaus he's looking for that position on Goddard.
100%. We'll see if he's able to build it though. He's 4/10 down. Goddard 4/10 down now, getting a little bit of a surge. Goes wide into the turn there, looking for the late apex, doesn't get it, loses about a half a second, loses about a hundredth of a second. Yeah, he's lost about a tenth through those S's. Goddard has got them nailed down, and his qualifying session really showed that. I'm wondering if he's... Well, with Josh's team, I'm almost positive there's no team orders, so I'm sure Zach is looking to get this win. It's just this track is... If Rallycross is... We thought Rallycross was about consistency. This is about consistency. Josh trying to break the slipstream on Goddard. Goddard not letting him do it, though. Gets a bit of a surge coming into the first 2 turns here. Josh still able to hold the position, though. Klaus looking inside, not able to get it. Late apexes, though, along with Corritto.
I can't tell here. I think Goddard is going to look for the pass here on Josh.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Can't
Klaus
tell,
is
but
very
it looks
close.
like it.
Klaus is all... Josh is... It looks like Josh may be slowing Goddard up, and now these drivers are starting to get packed together. So now there is...
And now we have a 3-car battle.
3/10 of a second between all of these cars. 4-car, 3-car battle in first place. Dan Corritto looking inside on Klaus Kreutzer right now, loses the surge, misses the braking point. So now the cars have evened back out again. Josh Mertz beginning to break away. We'll see what happens down the slipstream. That seems to be where the pass is. Klaus very deep on the brakes, gets the car to grip up though, loses time to Dan Corritto, and now Dan's looking outside. Dan has the slipstream coming down the back straight. We'll see if he's going to be able to make anything happen. He's going to go look outside, looks inside now. It's going to go for the surge. Not able to make it happen. Klaus is going to close the door. We'll see if he can get the better apex coming outside of turn 2, though. On the top of Klaus, he's going to try to cut under. He doesn't, interestingly. Aims for the slipstream. Going to bide his time, take another stab at it next time around.
Is it just me, or is the sun a little extra out today?
There's not a cloud in the sky on my screen.
The sun is a little extra bright.
Oh, Wyatt Pearson off the track, losing more time now. Not off the track, Wyatt, my bad. Deep drift into turn 3 or turn 4.
So I think what's gonna happen here is
Dan Corritto looking inside on Klaus Kreutzer.
Looking for the inside here.
Goes back out. We're gonna probably. Dan's going to be looking for a good entry into that last turn there.
He's looking for
Dan.
a great exit here.
Gets right on Klaus's bumper. Going for the slipstream. Well, Klaus is going to go outside to get as much room as possible, to get as big of an entry as possible. Goddard
Dan's
also
looking for the inside
Dan's
here.
Looking inside, backs out of it. Trying to force a mistake.
Oh, he's looking
makes
for
a mistake happen. Forces Klaus wide and takes the position. A wonderful pass from Corritto. Klaus off the track now.
Corritto makes that stick.
No change up front, but Dan Corritto has made the pass stick on Klaus Kreutzer. I thought that's what he was going to do last turn. It looked like
I don't think there will be a change up front because Zachary Goddard and both of them are teammates. So this is going to be just some team play up at the front here. And I think Josh is probably going to want to stay in front because he's probably the faster pace here. But
if qualifying has anything to say about it, he was not. Goddard was faster. I'm
Well,
not like and
qualifying
right there
isn't
as well.
racing. If I gotta,
I
if
guess
I'm
that's
gonna
true.
be honest, qualifying is not racing. Just because you put down a 30-second time in a qualifier does not mean you're gonna put down a 30-second time on the actual track once cars
I don't know,
get
man.
on
I
there.
think Goddard might be faster. There's no room. But you can't pass. There's barely any room to pass. You have to force an error
You
like
have
Critter,
to-
like
You have
Critter
to either
did.
force or get a good exit. If you don't get a good exit, you're not getting anywhere. And it
Critter
just comes down to
blocking
the
the
strat.
door. Late apex to keep Klaus at bay. Forces more time off of Klaus, who is deep on the brakes. Josh Mertz and Zachary Goddard still battling for the first position. Klaus wide again. Goes for late apex, but this is unfortunately. Bleeds more time to Dan Carrito. Joshua Mertz starting to make a bit of a gap now. Goddard gets a better exit, though, and closes it back down. Goddard looking inside again here, takes a wider line, and will have the better exit again, down the straight, it looks like. No, maybe make it even. Goddard's going to have the slipstream, though. So Goddard is a tenth off of Josh Mertz right now. Josh Mertz blocking the inside, uses the yellow curbing to his advantage. Misses the apex, though, and opens the door for Goddard. These two are going to be side by side. Goddard surging.
Goddard's going to make that stick.
Josh Mertz breaking to let Carrito pass. They're let Goddard pass. It looks like now he's going to try to slow down the other drivers. I saw him breaking. It looks like he's going to try to slow down the other drivers. But I'm very
his game plan is he's going to try to keep them. He got a bad exit, so now what he's going to do is he's going to hold P2 and he's going to keep. Like I said, this is just team strategy now.
I'm a little confused by that team strategy. I mean,
and like I said, there is 3 of them in this. There's 3 of teammates in this race. You cannot forget Wyatt Pearson.
I feel like we just saw Josh Mertz do a lot of work for Dan Carrito there by slowing down. But we'll see. I mean, I'm sure it's going to work out in the end, but I don't know why you would let them catch it. Even because now they might have this. Look, he has a slipstream.
It seems like maybe, if I'm hearing the internal comms correctly, it seems like maybe it was a slowdown that Josh had to serve.
Oh, that would make a lot more sense. Dan Carrito and Klaus Kreutz are getting the inside line on that one, but Dan Carrito gets
a
the
lot of
run.
dirt getting brought back up onto the track with the grass. Sorry.
So Zachary Goddard now in first place. Josh Mertz in P2 holding back Dan Carrito and Klaus Kreutzer, who are still Klaus desperately battling Carrito to make something happen, get that position back. Crucial for the future race, especially with Klaus coming off a win earlier tonight. I'm sure he's looking for something big tonight, later this evening as well. Zachary Goddard really bridging a gap now to these other drivers. He's a second up. So as I suspected, Goddard was faster. I think Josh wanted to, as long as he could, hold P1, and then when he lost out, Carrito now looking drivers inside on Mertz. Mertz not going to have it, though. Mertz is going to close the door. Carrito's going to have to check up. Will Mertz be able to hold the apex, though, with all that speed? He's not, but Carrito's not going to be there to take advantage of it. He will gain time, though. So we are on lap 9, coming to probably our last. This is the second to last lap. This is the second.
I believe it'll be 11 laps. These drivers have been relatively quick tonight, so I believe it will be 11 laps. We'll come up to our 10th lap, starting the final lap.
Battle for P2 still alive as well.
The 11th lap should be our finisher, so as we'll right up front on board with
0.8 of a second
Zach
separating
Goddard.
Josh
See
Mertz.
Barney waving, hopefully waving the flag.
Just hit my funny bone.
We come around the final turn here. Good to see Barney. Yep, there he is, waving the white flag. So we're starting the final lap.
Will take the white flag. Dan Carrito has the slipstream again on Josh Mertz. Probably now is side by side with Josh Mertz. Josh is going to have to check up into the corner. Carrito backs out of it. Josh Mertz does whatever he can to maintain the apex, but Carrito grabs it first. Still, Josh Mertz able to maintain a better run.
Can't make it stick, but he does have Klaus behind him to give him the boost.
Yeah, Carrito
and he does have Josh in front as well, so he can get the
Klaus looking inside. We're much 3 wide into this turn. Klaus backs out of it last second. So now these drivers, now it's 5. It was 8 tenths last lap. Now make it 5 tenths between Mertz and Kreutzer, with Corona between 2 tenths back. Closing the gap.
This is going to be graphics for the battle for second up this whole time, and I haven't even had to take it down though.
This is going to be the last turn. All 3 drivers bunching up. Will Josh Mertz be able to keep it down the back straight as Corona gets the slipstream? It's Zachary Goddard who takes Heat 2. Josh Mertz P2 in Heat 2, and then Dan Corona in P3. Klaus Kreutzer 4th, and Wyatt Pearson in 5th. An intense battle there for really the top 4 positions the entire race.
It really was intense.
We're going into warm-up now, guys. So it's going to be quick break time at time.
Stick around for more content when we come back from warm-up, or from ads.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in the terminal. This is going to get spicy.
one, over the jump to begin the first lap clock at the inside line. McLaughlin contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up Betty to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Ronnie's going to hold his spot.
All right, guys, we welcome you back to round 51 of the championship overall and round 7 of the 6th season of NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship here in Oschersleben. With Stephen Moreau in the production truck and also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Rudonell, and we're live on the Automotive Sports Network. So, real quick, cameras all season long are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. We thank you again, Andrew Cardinelli IV, for your camera support. The music intro for NASA World Feed is produced by Alex Abetti. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. And make sure you ring that bell to be notified of all of our live streams and weekly races, along with our short-term video content with from Jess Rukowski. If you'd like to get your content broadcasted by ASN, be sure to contact us at asntvUSA.com. And if you'd like to race at NASA, we have something for everyone. All the info is at nasasimracing.com. All right, Steven. What do you think our feature race is going to look like?
Well, if it's going to be anything like the Futures feature, this should be intense to watch. It should be an accordion all the way around. Like, especially into turn one, where everybody bungees up and then fans back out at the end. As you'll see here, this is the corner there that I was talking about. Turn one, everybody bungees into that, and then fans out coming out of this exit here. So
Brian Sir,
Well,
Dan
okay,
Carino,
we still got like 3 minutes, so we'll take that 3 minutes to read the programming notes again.
Do you want me to do it? I can do it.
You can do it if you like.
NASA Rallycross contenders will be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the 14th of April. Again, tomorrow, everyone, at 9 p.m. That's Justin Robichaux and Brian Sawyer. Make sure you tune in to watch some of the best iRacing RX2 content on the planet. And then on Thursday, the 17th, we're going to have Torque Sports Car Series. That's Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer. That's at 8 p.m. That's at Spa, round 9 at 8, starts at 8:40 p.m. Then we're back here at Oschersleben again on Saturday for round 7 of the NASA Rallycross World Championship. That's the 19th at 2 p.m. Later that evening, we will have the Strength of Field iRacing Rallycross event. There'll be 4 races for an hour, starting at 8:15 and ending at 9. Be sure to tune in. If you have an iRacing subscription, come drive with us. If you want to watch, come watch. We welcome everyone. And then I believe, then we fly all the way over to Crandon for the Crandon short race of the NASA Rallycross Futures. That is an ASN Plus membership race only. That'll be round 8. Round 8, Crandon Short. Be sure to tune in. That starts at 8 p.m. And then you'll be joining Justin. You'll be joining Stephen Moreau and myself, Joshua Darnell, again that evening at 9 p.m. For the next edition of NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship. Should be fun. Crandon's always a blast. Although I can never exactly remember what Crandon is. I'm pretty sure it's a trophy truck track. Am I right about that? Or is it another road course?
Brandon. That is a trophy truck track.
Yeah. So Crandon should be fun. A lot of jump.
That's our second endurance round is Crandon.
Yeah, Crandon Short.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Big trophy truck track. I'm gonna expect to see Goddard being a very big issue for some of the drivers up there. He is a trophy truck driver. Lindy as well on Saturday should also be a very, very, very difficult driver to beat. Both of those drivers very proficient in the trophy trucks, know those tracks like the back of their hands as if they live there. So it's going to be interesting. Crandon Short's definitely going to be chaotic for sure. I mean, it always is, but I have a feeling it's gonna be even more chaotic than usual. We're seeing a lot of drivers starting to really get up to speed, starting to improve their pace. A lot of these drivers are a lot of new kids on the block, so to speak. I'm interested to see where all of this plays out, especially tonight. These endurance tracks really are a testament to just driver skill. None of these drivers really know these courses, so it's going to just really come down to what you can do in the heat of the moment. Adapt, improvise, overcome.
And it's really going to come down to that strategy, like I was saying earlier. The strategy
'cause they got
tonight
pits
is
now.
going to be strats. So
yeah, I'm interested to see what Brian Sawyer, Eric Kablinger can work up. Klaus Kreutzer, I believe, in this race.
And we are being
alone.
kicked to our live session or live race here for the feature. So I'm going to hide that ticker. And then
Oh boy, here we go.
bring it back now that we've got everybody.
Pace car on track. Kieran
And I'm
Leflander
going to
on
bring up
track.
our starting grid.
Sawyer
We got
on track.
Kieran
So we got
Leflander in first place, Zachary Goddard in second, Brian Sawyer, our previous season winner, in P3, Josh Mertz in P4, Eric Kaplinger from the Futures in P5, Dan Corrado from the Futures in P6, Emma Smith in P7, Klaus Kreutzer from the Futures in P8, Gerald DeFino in P9, and to round up our grid for tonight, we'll have Wyatt Pearson from the Futures as well. And this should be exciting.
While we're underway here, let's show our lovely audience some of these wonderful paint jobs. I would love to be able to do that. Some close shots.
I'll see what I can get.
This Porsche driver is going
Maybe we'll
40
be able to
miles
get
an hour.
a good shot here with the TV static cam. Not sure. We'll see. We get these liveries. No.
Well, that is surreal. I'm watching the pace car driver right now, and he doesn't turn his steering wheel to like move the car. It is a very weird. It's so weird. It's surreal.
Fortunately, I don't think I can get a good camera on these liveries.
I mean, they're driving slow. We have a good camera shot right there. I mean, Kieran Liflander comes out. His paints are always looking nice. I love the color on the wheels. Zachary Goddard, I've always enjoyed his paint job. The two tones are always so cool to me. The move over at Speed Time car is looking like they're straight out of the Ocean City Boardwalk, and a straight 90s theme. I love that. It's cool to like. I don't feel like we take enough time to advertise some of our drivers' creativity. We got like some wonderful painters, Chris Lunan, Eric Dubois. Both of them have made a lot of the paints on the grid this evening. Integral parts also to what we do here at NASA. Big shout out to both of those guys. Were they weren't able to join us tonight, were they?
Who?
Eric Dubois and Chris Lunan.
Unfortunately, no, they did not make it into lights. They actually had a really bad race.
That's unfortunate.
Unfortunately, so
we're about to go green here. We're gonna see who gets the better stuff of line.
Off, and we are about to go.
Josh
green.
already bump drafting Goddard to try to give him a better line off the start, and there it is. They go
and
green.
We're off.
Josh bumping
Josh
Zach.
Indeed's gonna give him a little
to do whatever he can
tap.
to get the hit.
Get him in front
Brian
of
Sawyer
Leflander here.
On the inside of Mertz right now. On the outside now, Goddard takes a very good line into the turn. Josh maintaining the apex as best he can to keep Brian out of contention. So right now our top four drivers are Kieran Leflander, Zachary Goddard, Josh Mertz, and Brian Sawyer, with Dan Corrado in fifth, Eric Kablinger in sixth, Klaus Kreutzer in eighth, an unfamiliar position for him.
We are accordioning right now.
I am going to be watching Klaus Kreutzer. I am expecting to see gigantic moves from him as an attempt to claw back any time left. So right now, Klaus is looking to attack Emma Smith right now. Emma on the attack of Eric Kaplinger right now. Gives him a bit of a nudge and sends him kind of wide. Gives a lot of room, bleeds a lot of time. And Kaplinger's around.
Eric is fully around this time now.
That was completely avoidable contact.
100% from both
Emma
parties.
did. I mean, the least they could have done was righted them, but we'll talk about that later. We'll let the staff handle the protests.
That'll definitely.
So
be
Emma
a stat
Smith,
for-
Eric
Oh,
Kaplinger
is that
now
a
down
Kieran
to
Laflander
P10.
in 4th place right now?
Oh,
What
big
happened?
issue from Kieran Liflander. I'm gonna go back. I'll let you know what happened.
He might have copped a slowdown. But this
big
is
issue from
huge for Josh Mertz.
huge.
Insanely
He
huge
copped
to
a
be in front
he
of
copped
the
a
Wonder
slowdown.
Boy Kieran Laflander.
He did. So now Kieran Liflander is going to be nudging Josh the whole way down the back straight right now. Goddard in P1. Josh Mertz doing what he can to keep Goddard safe. Keeps the door closed for Kieran. Kieran not able to make a thing happen. Now he has a slipstream.
Defend hard as possible right now, and it looks like
Kieran
Josh is doing just
literally
that.
riding Josh's bumper. Literally, the camera is inside Josh's bumper right now.
Kieran not giving Josh trying to find that opening, and he cannot make that opening stick. Josh is defending like an absolute madman, and this is a reminder, folks. We're only 3 minutes into the race now.
Can you show these people? Can you get on the bumper of Kieran's car and show them how close he is to Josh Mertz?
This is how close he is.
My
folks.
Goodness, contact
inside of his car.
He is inside his car, people. Josh is defending like a textbook defense right now, doing everything he can to give Goddard as much breathing room as possible.
I can't help
Goddard needs to focus.
Josh Mertz with his Cintas work plates here.
I'm going to tune in and see what's going on with the other drivers. Eric Kaplinger P10
before.
After a bit of an issue. No other movement for other drivers. Klaus Kreutzer moves up to P7. Emma Smith in P6 after contact with Kaplinger. Corretto, no
Josh
movement.
doing a
Sawyer,
great.
No
Kieran Laflander's looking for the inside here.
Josh Mertz not letting him have it. They're not giving him any
bump
room.
doors to let him know he's there. And they bump again.
Josh bumps the back of him, sends Kieran wide.
Kieran goes wide.
Kieran's off the track again. Kieran off the track loses more positions to
Keeps
Brian
it control,
Sawyer and Josh Mertz now banging doors. Brian gets a
folks,
big run. Corretto also passes.
People do still have to pit, so Kieran can come back from this. He can go all the way to the bottom and still come back from this because of the pits.
Move Brian Sawyer up to P2. Now looking to attack Zachary Goddard. Dan Corretto makes the move on Josh Mertz after his issue. I heard wheel spin. That was just Brian Sawyer. We're good. Brian Sawyer off the track, loose into turn 5. Dan Corretto also off the track.
I don't know, but that
Brian Sawyer can't. The pressure cannot get to you now. Brian Sawyer maintains a good line out of it, but Corretto's going to have the slipstream coming down the back straight as well as Josh Mertz. It's going to be a 4-car slipstream coming down here.
Kieran is doing it again.
Josh Mertz still holding Kieran Liflander at bay. Gives Josh another nudge.
We haven't seen a challenge.
Josh goes wide. Kieran takes the inside. Josh gives him a bit of a nudge. Kieran makes the pass. Josh looking inside on him.
Josh, though, Josh still has the pace, and he's looking to
contact between him. Contact between 4 drivers. It sends Sawyer around. Josh with a big send into the turn takes the position, but I'm sure a protest is coming from that.
That is 100% a protest.
Kieran Liflander loses position as the Emma Smith now.
Egregious.
Emma Smith into P3. Josh Mertz after the incident into P2. Zachary Goddard making it really running away with this race now before any pits are taken. I'm going to tune in to see where Goddard is. Goddard is a full 3 seconds above and make it 3.3 seconds in front of Kieran, 3.5 seconds in front of Kieran Liflander coming down to the back straight.
And it looks like Emma is going to look for the pass on Josh, and it looks like she's going to make that stick. And she does, yep. Josh gives her up the position. And I think that's going to be more teamwork here at play. That's going to be all 3. Oh, that's not good. Emma Smith's blinking. Hopefully iRacing won't kick them out of the session.
Oh, yeah, with the new incident flags. I've seen plenty of drivers blink in here and not get disconnected. Your connection has to be pretty
We had
bad.
one blink and get disconnected, actually. We had 2 drivers in the features. Yep. We actually had Jeff Cartwright, who was literally in first place literally all night. And then his packet loss happened, and iRacing said, nope, you're not allowed on the track anymore.
Wow, that's awful. That is a disgusting way to have a first place position taken away from you. For sure.
Oh yeah.
Jeff Cartwright,
If
big
I
shout
was
out
Jeff
to you, man.
Cartwright, I would not be in the happy boots right now.
Yeah, big shout out to Jeff Cartwright. I wasn't able to watch it, Jeff, but I'm hearing you ran a great race, man. Hold your head high. You can't fix. That's not your fault, brother. The battle here is still raging on, and Zachary Goddard still 3 seconds above the lead.
And
above
Kieran
P2
LaFlander is still pushing.
Kieran's gonna have.
hard
I'm
as he
sure
can.
Kieran's gonna have some words for Josh.
He's looking to the inside for Josh here, but Josh is defending really beautifully here.
I don't know if we can say beautifully anymore.
Well, I mean, right
The
now
defense-
he's defending
the defense-
greatly. He's
the defense
defending
is
great
great.
right now, but earlier in the race when he torpedoed Brian, that was pretty egregious, I will admit. But right now, Josh is doing fantastic.
Josh misses the apex. Will he get the second one? He does. Gets the corner entrance. Gets off track a little bit with Kieran getting the better line. Looks outside to get the inside run on him.
Looks like he's going to do
Josh goes
it
to
again.
defending it, fakes him out. Kieran fakes Mertz out with a pass to the inside. They nudge each other on exit. Josh
They
maintains the
fake each other
position.
out there.
So Kieran now once again with the slipstream. Josh trying to break it by weaving.
And before I forget,
Kieran gives
if you're
Josh a
still
nudge.
here,
Maybe
Darren, there is indeed a separate Discord for the Torque Discord if you'd like. You can join NASA, and then there should be a link to the Torque Discord. So
Kieran Lifflander with a nudge on Josh's rear. Really, in my mind, it was a
side by side, Josh and Kieran
a
Lifflander.
reminder, so to speak, of what happened previously.
Looks like Kieran's
Kieran
going to
gives
look
him
for
a
the
nudge
inside,
again.
and he gets
gives
it.
him a nudge, gets him a very aggressive turn.
They're
Still
door-banging
contact
side by
between
side.
door banging. Josh comes back down, bleeds up time to Klaus Kreutzer now, who's in contention.
These two are rubbing paints, brother. This is
Josh Mertz fading. Kieran able to pull away now. Now looking to attack Emma Smith.
And it
Kieran
looks
off
like
track.
Kieran,
Josh off track. Josh going
Josh is going to go for his first pit, or for his only pit of the night. Which is probably a good pit now, actually, because we're 20 minutes. We're about to hit the 20-minute mark, and everybody should be coming in soon for pits.
Uh-oh. I heard the siren go off. Was Josh
That was
speeding in
Josh
pit lane?
speeding.
Will that be a black
Hopefully
flag?
he doesn't get a black flag here. We'll see in a
Is there a
few minutes.
threshold for that?
For pit speed, I believe that's if you go even like 1 mile and over, you get a black flag.
Oof. Josh coming out of pit road.
Pit roads
fuel,
is
no
not
tires.
Pit roads is not like a
Not a
nice
joke.
pit road.
Nothing to be played with.
They don't mess around when it comes to pits.
Good exit from Josh Mertz from the pits. Gets gripped up nicely. Comes out in P10, last place. We'll see where he winds up after all the other drivers have filtered through. Brian Story with a lot of rear end damage.
Doesn't
after
look
that
like
contact.
anybody's pitting right now.
Eric Catlinger car looks
Seems
okay.
like
Should be
Josh
okay.
is the only one who's gonna have his pit strategy
completed.
So
Kieran Lifflander pushing very hard. Car was almost sideways
how
coming
long
off
did
the
he sit
turn
in the
one.
pit for?
Like
That was a
3
28-second pit time from Josh Mertz.
28
So
seconds.
that means
Feel like 28 seconds.
That means that's huge for Josh. That could put him back into first place, because if you look at his time there, at the bottom of the tower, it says 26 seconds. If his pit time was 28 seconds, roughly 30 seconds, that means everybody's pit time is going to be roughly 30 seconds. So that will, as long as he can keep himself down in like the 25 marks or 24s, he will go back up to first place as soon as everybody starts to pit. And just the fact that Josh is literally the only one who's pitted so far, everyone I can assume everybody is going to go at the same time. Like, we will not see cars going like one at a time. It's going to be everybody going into the pit.
Zachary Goddard now 3.5 seconds after this corner, up on P2 right now. Emma Smith bleeding time to Kieran Lifflander on what seems to be like every turn. Kieran is making huge strides to come back. Carries so much speed into that corner. Kieran,
what was the previous lap times here?
3
Emma Smith put up a 104.1 and Kieran Lifflander put up a 103.4. So I wouldn't say Emma Smith's bleeding time at all. I would say Emma Smith has already bled time. By a full second and a half almost.
So now it's going to come down to
so
defense. Emma's going to have to
it's
drive
just
as
gonna be
defensively
defending.
as possible. Emma had to have known this was coming and is now doing
To
whatever
be
she
fair to
can.
Emma, Kieran does have damage. He does have front end damage, so
How
that
bad is it?
should affect his slipstream and or his front line pace when he's
Kieran
leading
looking
in front.
inside.
Oh,
Emma gets
oh
a
my
nudge,
god.
goes wide.
I don't know what just happened there because the camera angle was not that great, but that might have looked like Kieran bumped her and just pushed her off.
It looked like a bit netcode contact, but contact nevertheless. They would have made contact anyway. Emma Smith gets pushed off track after contact again. Kieran Liftlander now moves up to P2. His sights set on Zachary Goddard now. Pit's left
So
for
Cap
both of these
is
gentlemen.
in his pit now, taking his pit. And Brian Sawyer also pitted. I don't know when he pit, but he pit with a 34-second pit time. So
must have repaired damage as well.
Like I was saying,
like
I was saying about Josh, as long as he keeps his pit times good, as you can see here, he had that 28-second pit time, and then if I go back to the interval, he's got 20 seconds. He's down 21 seconds off of the lead pace. If everybody goes in at the same time, Josh is gonna immediately skyrocket to the front, and if he doesn't, he's gonna slowly keep going up to the front one by one as everybody slowly goes into the pits. So
if Brian's pit time is evidence of him getting tires, because maybe Josh didn't grab tires, because they can grab tires, can they not?
You have to. There's a requirement to grab tires. It doesn't matter how many tires, as long as you grab a tire.
That's interesting. I wonder why. Brian's pit was slower. Maybe bad entry into the pit. Josh Mertz missing the apex, but gets the better run. Late apexes it. Gets a good run down into the third corner. Zachary Goddard now with Kieran. Now Kieran Liftlander inside of Zachary Goddard. Goddard still 3.8 seconds up on Kieran.
I hate to cut you off here real quick.
This is probably going to come up to 3.7 seconds up on Kieran. So this is probably going to come down to strategy at the end of the day. Kieran with a lot of front end damage.
We have a YouTube comment who's asking a good question. How much does he have to pay for replay overlays? Well, Darren, good news about that, buddy. We can have that conversation if you were to join the NASA Discord. We can have that conversation in there. I would love to have that conversation with you in there. So please come join a NASA.
Yeah, brother, we'll be happy. Kieran, your mom's also here. She wishes you luck.
And
lap 14, Kieran Liftlander still on P2, starting to get some of that time back a little bit, but Goddard holding very strong, very consistent.
Took their pit. Let's go back to the pit time here and see how long they took in the pits. Emma Smith took 31 seconds in the pit. Oh, and Kieran Liftlander, as we're speaking, Kieran Liftlander is going into the pit right now. So we will see where this is going to put him and where this is going to put everybody else. Looks like another car is coming in behind him as well. It looks like that's Wyatt Pearson. Yeah, that's Wyatt Pearson coming in behind him as well. So that's going to put Mertz up to P5.
Interested to see where Goddard plays out in all this. He's still yet to take his Joker. It looks like his tires are holding up pretty well.
Looks like Josh should get these two positions, like I was saying. Oh, maybe not. Kieran Liftlander is looking to come out just in front. And it looks like he's going to get that. What was his pit time here? He had relatively the same pit time, so I think he also only took one tire. If he took any tires, it was only one and very little fuel. Got the same pit time as Josh Mertz and came out just shy in front of Josh Mertz, 4 seconds ahead of him. So that's going to be huge for Josh. He will at least collect one position. Oh, Goddard is pitting right now as well. Goddard is just going in now, so
Goddard's in. Kieran is still on the back stretch of the track.
Goddard both go into the pit. So that's gonna again. This is gonna collect up some positions for Josh here. If he
Kieran coming back down, coming onto the back straight right now. We'll see where this Goddard coming out. So Goddard's looks like
coming
will
out,
maintain P1.
looks like he will maintain. Yeah,
as long as he can get this,
P3,
as long as he can exit the pit
he'll
right.
maintain
So
P3.
Kieran coming down very fast. Goddard almost with a cut. Kieran takes it wide, gets the late apex though, and gets a good exit.
I realized I was watching the wrong person. Oh,
You're good.
Oh, Klaus Kreuser. He's a black flag.
Oh no!
Don't know if that's for pit entry, or if that is for
to add insult to injury.
This is already in pit, so this might be him leaving pits. It might be him going over the speed limit. Actually,
Kieran is bridging the gap to Goddard now.
We'll go back to the live play here.
Battle is raging on for P1. Kieran is starting to grapple all over the wing of Goddard. So Kieran now only 5/10. It was 3.5 seconds. Now make it 5/10 away from Goddard. So Goddard looking, Kieran still dealing with front end damage.
Looking like a little bit more front end damage than it was a little bit.
He carries
last
so
time,
much more momentum into those first two corners. Can't get the car to grip up though, and loses a little bit of time. Still make it now 0.3 of a second down. So if Kieran, we're following Kieran Liftlander now down to the back straight away, battling Zachary Goddard, looking inside. Still probably biding his time. I would say going for the slipstream. He's going to try to make the pass on turn 1 and 2, where he tried to do the same thing to Josh. All track as Kieran Liftlander gets the car back. Almost disaster for the number 20. Utilizing all the turn. Now he has a slipstream on Goddard. We'll see where this ends him up. They get 2/10 now behind Goddard. Kieran's going to be deep under the brakes. Goddard brakes early. Maintains the position. Braking again, trying to hold the inside line. Not letting Kieran get it. Kieran goes wide, but gets back on the grip strip and gets a good exit, utilizing all the track here. That is one thing I am noticing him do differently than all these other drivers tonight. So now all over the wing of Goddard. Kieran is doing whatever he can to get past. Goddard putting up a wonderful defense. Goddard deep in there again. Kieran looking inside, not able to make it stick. Goddard still holding strong. 2/10. The time has not changed. Kieran with the slipstream down. The back straightaway. Going through the S's. Kieran builds up a bit of a gap. Make it 1/10 now of a second behind Goddard. Still the battle rages on. Deep on the brakes is Goddard. Kieran late on the brakes. Closes the gap a little bit more. Now with the slipstream down to the back straightaway. Will he look for the inside turn? My view has been obstructed by the pit. We're back. So Kieran now still unable to make it pass.
All right. I am back. Sorry about that.
Goddard has been holding strong. Kieran is unable to make anything stick. He's lost a 1/10 of a second now to Goddard after a bad entry into turn 1 and 2. So Goddard is still proving that consistency is mightier than speed. So
I happen to just remember a detail. I don't know if this is still a true detail or not, but a little inside baseball here. If Kieran can't get back into first place, that should be okay because we have one more endurance round. And if I remember correctly, like I said, don't quote me on this. I don't know if this is true or not. But if I remember correctly, from the last endurance I ran with NASA, if you have a bad round, that round will not be scored. We take the scores from your best race of these two races, not from both. Don't quote me on that. But if Kieran doesn't get a good place here, he still has Crandon to get first place and get a good score. But
are you sure
that
it's not
comes
the
down?
Average?
Like I said, don't quote me on it.
Okay, I think it's the average of the two races. This matters, but these races only count for These next 2 races, ladies and gentlemen, will only count for 2. Will only count for 1. Sorry, I got confused. I was reading a comment. These races will only count. Both of these races only count as 1 Rallycross race. So even if I mean, winning the Endurance Cup is a wonderful feeling. It's fun. It's super fun. It is a wonderful triumph to have under your belt, and it gives you a lot of momentum. Kieran looking outside on Zachary Goddard right now bleeds a lot of time because of that move, though. So Goddard's still holding strong, 3/10 up with Kieran in the slipstream now. Haven't seen Goddard making too many moves to break that slipstream. He is maintaining consistency above all else. Really haven't seen Goddard. I don't want to say it.
I haven't seen Goddard pull any road moves to keep him defending, but he's just doing some normal defense here, and it seems to be working.
He's hitting every apex. That's what it comes down to. If Kieran's going to get around, it's going to come down to a contact move, and then Kieran puts himself at risk for a
still have 7 minutes to go though, and JP
plenty of time
is in the lead. How
JP's in the lead?
Has JP pitted yet? Let's check.
He has
not pitted yet.
Yeah, there's no.
So that's not going to be good news for JP because he still hasn't pitted.
But put the camera up on JP. He's at P1, man. That's wonderful. Good job, JP.
This is not going to be good news for him though, because he is not pitted yet, which means he's going to drop back to the literal back of the field.
But he'll be in P9. Klaus Kreutzer looks like with the black flag, he just decided to pit. So Klaus is in the pits now. JP DeFino's holding provisional first place at the moment, though. Good runs from him. Good lap time. Minute 5. Good lap times for JP, for sure. JP is running very consistently this race. He's hitting every apex. This is very nice to see. It's always nice to see our future drivers start to gain a grasp more of these cars. And people argue that these road courses these endurance cups can be annoying sometimes, and maybe they can be. But I always come off of these tracks feeling a little bit more refreshed for the next Rallycross event. Road courses teach you. Rallycross is mostly dirt, but all of the motorsport disciplines can teach you something and how to be faster somewhere else.
100%. Wherever, like I was telling Josh, for the futures, because this track is completely asphalt. This track caters specifically to anybody who has road experience. If you've raced at all in road, you will have a good lap here. You will have a good race because you have that experience from road. You know what it's going to be like to race a car on straight asphalt. So,
brother, we missed contact between Kieran and Goddard. Kieran gave Goddard the position back, but Kieran was deep into the brakes on the last turn coming down into the back straightaway, and both of the cars got locked together. Kieran gave the spot back.
Let's see what happened.
Last lap, 2 laps ago.
It does not look like it's happening here.
It happened on lap
21.
It happened on lap. God, why can I not find it now? 22. Happened on 22.
So I was watching the right lap then.
As I go back up to the front now.
They just weren't.
Goddard's still holding the position.
Speed this up along a little bit.
I'll maintain track awareness. So Goddard is still holding strong in front of Kieran. Kieran has built the bridge back to Goddard, however.
Here we are. Yeah. This did not
big contact between them.
It did not pick that up at all.
As a contact?
No.
That's interesting. Oh, Kieran inside on Goddard. Goddard has lost all the time he's gained that Kieran gave him.
Oh,
8/10.
Bad. That was bad from both
Good
of them.
sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship, though, from Kieran Liftlander. Knew he made the mistake. Gave Zachary Goddard back the spot with ample room as well.
Yeah. Great racing from both of them. Great sportsmanship. We love to see that.
Yeah, great. Much respect between both these drivers.
And it looks like even with that accident, Kieran is right back on his bumper again, looking for a pass.
JP has now gone into the pit for his first.
And that's going to put Goddard right back into the lead again.
Kieran
as
looking
Kieran is
outside.
looking to take the lead.
Over under on Goddard, maybe. Can he make it stick around the outside? Goddard's going to have to defend tight on the exit here.
And
Goddard does.
You know what I said earlier? At the start of this race here, our man, Josh Mertz, was the first person to pit. And what did I say? It's either going to go onto the podium or he's going to get first. And what happened? He's on the podium. The man strategied perfectly.
So Goddard's still above. Kieran on the exit of turn 5 was got a little bit on the grass. Looked like his car was going to go wide. Was able to keep it on track, though.
As we hit the 3-minute marker, coming up to our last.
My God. Goddard must be
3 laps, I want to say,
right now.
I think we should have 3 laps left.
More than likely, I'd imagine so. They're all running a minute. Kieran just put down a minute 4.
Yeah, so we have 3 laps left.
Goddard was a 10th up on Kieran that last lap. So Goddard is still probably holding. Goddard may not be faster than Kieran, but he is successfully holding Kieran up enough to make him a 10th slower than him. So Goddard with an excellent defense right now. Kieran doing literally everything he can to remind Goddard that he's there, force an issue, cause a mistake, not able to make anything stick yet.
While we watch this battle, I'm going to quickly hit us with a little ASN script bit. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams weekly, along with our short-form video content brought to you by Jess Rakowski. And if you'd like your content broadcasted by ASN, you can contact us at asnTVUSA.com. And if you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone. All of the info is at nasasimracing.com.
Brian Sawyer and Dan Critter just came together. Dan Critter was off track, was able to get it corrected. Wyatt Pearson looked outside.
I just heard somebody in the internal comms go, really? And I don't know who that was.
Curito. That was Curito. So Brian Sawyer takes the position.
Let's go to that
Curito.
and see what happened there.
Big contact coming off of turn 7, I believe.
We got 2 wide here for last lap, or coming around for our last lap.
I'm going to go back up to Goddard. Goddard's still holding Kieran at bay.
Got a battle for P5? Yeah, we have a battle for P5 with Eric Kaplinger, our futures fastest driver. So this should be exciting. Should be able to see what happens here.
Goddard is still holding Kieran back. I believe we're on the white. This got to be the last lap.
Coming around, yep. When these two come around here, yep, this is gonna be coming around now for the final lap.
Yeah, they're gonna beat the clock. To Goddard's dismay.
Oh no, they actually did beat the clock. Yeah, they already beat the clock.
Goddard's gonna have to do this one last time. One last time for Zachary Goddard. He'll have to go around one more time. Hold Kieran at bay. Can he do it? The white flag is Zachary Goddard's here at Oschersleben B.
And white flag has been forced out now because we ran out of time. So these guys will be starting up the final lap as they come around.
Yeah, Kieran and Goddard now side by side in the last few corners now. Sorry, everyone, I was behind. But Goddard now side by side. Kieran looking outside in on Zachary Goddard. Goddard able to maintain position, needs to get in front of Kieran to block his exit. Kieran going down under. Will Zachary Goddard have it? He does.
He gets it. Zach
Goddard gets it here at Oschersleben. A wonderful race from him.
Flander in P2 and Josh Mertz in P3, followed by Brian Sawyer in P4, Eric Kaplinger in P5, Wyatt Pearson in P6, Dan Corrido in P7, Gerald DeFino in P8, Emma Smith in P9, and Klaus Kreutzer in P10.
Josh Mertz, Zachary Goddard just banged doors with each other on the exit. It looked like a fist bump to me.
That was definitely a fist bump. I heard some screaming from Josh in the eternal comms. He is ecstatic, to say the least.
A wonderful.
As we'll look at our results grid, Zachary Goddard, like I said, from JC Sim Sport in P1, Kieran LaFlander from Kieran LaFlander Racing in P2, Josh Mertz from Mertz Racing Technologies in P3. Our last season winner, Brian Sawyer from Move Over at Speedy Time in P4, with his teammate Eric Kaplinger from the Futures, who made it into the lights at P5. Sorry, words are hard to say. Wyatt Pearson with JC Academy Green in P6. And then Dan Corritto and Gerald DeFino from Saints and Sinners in P7 and P8, respectively. And Emma Smith from JC Sim Sports in P9, and Klaus Kreutzer with Team Watson Racing in P10.
A wonderful race tonight from all of our drivers. Zachary Goddard held an amazing defense. Some calamity here and there, but nothing that we're not used to seeing at NASA Rallycross.
That was some amazing racing.
That was some impeccable defensive driving we saw. I'm interested to see how aggressive this track is with the supercars. To all 16 of you watching, thanks for joining us tonight as we are about to start our interviews now. Josh Mertz is in the AF.
We start interviews here pretty quickly once we get people into the interview pen here. Looks like we got one right now. So we'll bring him up and interview him right now. Let me just get this all set up. For a second. Hey, you got us, Josh?
Josh, Steven, you're unmuted. You're muted in Discord.
Not hear Steven's wonderful voice.
Do you have us?
I got you now. What's up?
Awesome. Walk us through your race tonight. You started 4th place and you finished 3rd, and you had teammates helping you. How was that?
Roles are reversed, my friend. I did this last season to give Joey his first win. I want to give all the credit to Zach and Emma. They it's a brawl for these races. I knew that I didn't have the pace, and Kieran ran wide. What was it, lap 2? And I let Zach go. I said go for it, and that it was my mission to be a nuisance, and I think I succeeded.
I think you succeeded.
I think you definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've said it in other interviews. I enjoy being a nuisance. I don't know. It's just having fun, doing what I'm doing. And I was pitted early after all that because I said maybe,
walk us through your pit strategy, because you pitted really, really early. And you know what? Like I was saying in the broadcast, that was really smart for you to do, because everybody was going to have to either pit at the same time now or slowly one by one pit, and it got you all the way up to P3.
So Brian makes fun of me, and I say this on the World Championship cast. I said back in the day, I used to joker early. And there's a reason why you joker early in situations like this. Pit stops like your joker, right? So you pit early, everybody else is beating the crap out of each other, right? They're going to have a fun time, whatever. You joke early, you pit early, you use that clear track, gain and avoid all the chaos and gain all that track position back. It sounds really terrible to say this, but I feel like I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this, for a decent amount of time. I know Brian's just roasting me, but I mean, come on. I don't know. It was weird. You pit for one tire, and Zach came over the scanner and he said, it feels like I got broken steering. And I pitted that for that one fresh tire, and it was weird. It just handled really bizarrely. So, not really any coherent thoughts other than I'm so proud of Zach, so proud of Emma, so proud of the team. Wyatt having a good run, Ryan running 10th in the Futures race, and I have a fun time managing the team. I know we might hear I'm done, but man, second season in a row, one of my boys gets their first win in the World Championship, and that's more fun than winning races nowadays.
Awesome. I'm glad you're having fun, and I'm glad you're enjoying the racing, and I'm glad your team is also enjoying the races. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for your race tonight?
want to thank my wife, Chloe. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my in-laws, AJ and Angie. I want to thank my friend, Julie. I want to thank the whole Woodridge Wolfpack 98H. I want to thank the leadership teams of NASA, ASN, JC Simsport, Emma and Debbie at Crown Creamery, and you guys. I haven't watched the light shows yet. I'm still working on all of the back catalog, but when I get there, I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of fun watching these races. It's super fun to drive, super fun to call the Futures races, and we're in a good place. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure once you catch up, you'll enjoy the content. But with that, I think we'll let you go, and we'll move on to our next interview. Thank you for coming out.
Boys.
We're excited to see you next week for Crandon Short.
That's going to be fun. Take care, guys.
Take care. All right. And
Bring Karen up here.
Karen
I want to talk to her. Karen, you got us?
Yep.
What's up, buddy? A lot of contact tonight seemed to get in your way. Talk me through it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know where I should start. Yeah, the heat race contact with me and Emma. I don't even remember what happened, actually. Oh yeah.
How do I know that you think that? Okay. I was really, the feature race lasts so long.
Yeah. Yeah, the contact. Yeah, the contact with Emma. I think I just bugged out for a second. My bad. Yeah, the contact with Emma was unfortunate. In the feature, that is, the heat was just like a light tap, and yeah, the feature, it looked like she turned down on me. But we talked it out, and yeah, it was, I guess, just more of a racing incident.
That's what it seemed to be
from
our perspective up here in the booth.
Yeah. So, but no, the rest of the race, I think the thing that really got me to put in that position and finishing less than a tenth behind Goddard at the end of the race was that penalty. I was just pushing. I pushed really hard, and I was up by a second and a half. You know, just running my normal line, running really hard, following my strategy, and got a penalty. Got washed back, and yeah, just had to work my way back up and got into some contact with Josh for however many laps that was.
Yeah, you guys were battling like for real. I thought maybe there was some beef going on, but no, it was just some really intense battling between you and Josh.
Yeah, I really don't know. I cleared him because I was there on the inside line, and I was won that position. And I kind of sent it, locked it up a tiny bit, and I didn't mean to. I wanted to get as low as possible and give him all the room up top. And he's hugging me down low, and he has every right to do that. So, yeah, he hugged me on the bottom, and I just ended up locking it up, unfortunately. And, yeah, but it kind of did me good. I got clear of him, but then the next corner, he gave himself a penalty and punted me off track. I didn't let that get to me.
Not just you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that wasn't just you. That was, he killed Brian in that exchange.
Well, I'm talking about turn 2, like turn 1, the left-hander,
yes.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the next corner. Yeah, I just looked at the replay. In my mind, I saw I was like a car and a half clear of Josh, and I knew that this was. I believe this was many laps later, like a couple laps later. I got to his inside and just moved him up the track pretty clean. Gave him the room, and then he kind of let off. And then I just got up to the optimal line and was going to make the normal turn in because I saw Brian, and I don't remember who else it was. Brian and I think Corrido. Yeah. They were battling up the front. And I guess that I think that that was majority on me, believe it or not, because I was moving under braking. But again, I didn't expect Josh to send it in like that. So if I did, I would have known. But he was a car and a half back, which
a racing incident.
Yeah,
not a little egregious on Josh's side. But
not
it is okay.
I don't know if that was just in the moment. He just thought of sending it and thinking I was going to stay up high, and I had a different plan, just come down low and take the line. But yeah, he sent it and wrecked 3 of us or 4 of us or whatever. He kept on going. I kept on going. Brian and Corrido got the worst of it, and they shouldn't have been in that situation. Just wrong place, wrong time. But yeah, I kept on battling with him and got really bad damage. Steering wheel was like 45 degrees to the left the rest of the race after that moment. And yeah, the pit strategy, me and Zachary seemed to have a similar one. and yeah, just was able to stay consistent for the most part. Went to the pit, and the one tire I took made me really really oversteery because the hot tires versus the fresh set of cold tire. And yeah, I came out behind Zachary, and then the whole race just being on the back of his bumper for 15 laps in a row. You know, I was just trying to find a place where I could make a move because I had no straightaway speed. But yeah, the move on that last lap was pretty fair and square, and then I just kind of sent him into the corner, didn't give him any damage, got below him, and then he sent it in, and I knew he was going to do it. And I just fouled him behind him, and then we raced pretty clean to the line. And that last corner, I just could not turn right at all, and he was able to get the win. So yeah, I mean, great effort by Zachary. You know, he's getting quicker. So
Karen, I gotta say, you sound a little disappointed, but I don't think you have any right to be, man. Like, you got taken out of this race, I think, maybe twice, 3 times even, and fought back every single time for P2. I mean, there's a lot of other drivers who would have folded underneath that pressure and would have just fell to the back immediately. So I don't think you have anything to hang your head low about it all tonight, man. You did a great race, had a good run. Track's hard to pass on. Zachary just ran the right lines, didn't give you breathing room.
yeah, you know, I'm just I don't know. I guess bummed out. I love winning, and not every race you're not going to win. I don't have that mindset. I'd like to win every race. That's my mindset, to try and go out and win, and you know, whatever happens happens. But I don't go into a race knowing I'm going to win, because again, I've said it every week or some weeks. It's not promised. So
it's not a
obviously tonight wasn't that night, and ASN or JC Sim Sport rather got the upper hand, and yeah,
well, there's
stopped
Crandon,
my
so.
yeah, they stopped my win streak. So, but yeah, next week in Crandon we'll focus up on that, but we have to stay here in Oschersleben and work on the supercar set and the Subaru. So hopefully we can get that straight away, and get that done straight away rather. And yeah, we got to rest up and got a long week coming up. So
anybody you'd like to thank for your race tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom and dad. My mom kind of went off of me because after this race, I went to go get a bit of water, and she was just telling me straight up, you know, you don't have to be bummed out. There's nothing to be bummed out about. It's not always about winning, and you know, that's just, I want to win, and I know I can't win all the time, and I know I'm fast, and I've just put in a lot of effort, and the outcome wasn't what I wanted, but just I'm more so bummed out above all that it had to end that way. But yeah, I got to thank my mom and dad. You know, they're my biggest supporters. I love them very much. You know, help me keep my head up and keep me moving forward. So yeah, this is one out of 2 endurance rounds, so got to keep my head up for Crandon. And once we get done here in Germany, we're gonna go back to the States and go to Crandon and try to work on our suspension there, because the past few seasons Crandon has not been nice to us by any means. So Crandon short.
Mom and dad.
Yep.
Who else do you want to thank?
Yeah, this paint scheme was made by my girlfriend Maria, and yeah, so I wasn't able to get
really good.
Yeah, and yeah, she's a pretty decent artist, not like professional, but she's really good at art, and kind of had that in mind whenever I made this paint scheme. Or she gave me the colors, logo, design, and I just kind of threw the car together. And yeah, I got to thank her for helping me make this paint scheme and making me as fast as Xfinity 10G. Yeah, everybody at Team KLR, Darren did really great tonight, finished P8 in the feature, his first feature, well done. Gonna set his sights on Crandon, and yeah, everybody at Team KLR making these Speedo lights and Subarus really fast. So yeah, just ready to get back at it and get back in the car in the Subaru, and hopefully we can win that.
Alrighty.
Darren,
well, thank you for coming out.
Yeah, good race tonight, dude.
Thanks.
Loved having you here, and we love to see you next week, man.
Yeah, I'll see you Saturday, Karen. See you,
Take
buddy.
care, man.
Yes, sir.
And we'll start our final interview with...
I'm bringing Goddard up.
The man of the hour, Zachary Goddard.
Howdy.
Goddard.
You got us, Goddard?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey,
Goddard, how are you?
Walk us through your race, man. You started P2, finished first, and you led for 19 laps, man. Walk us through that.
I'm still coming down from how pumped I was. I think I held my breath the majority of those 19 laps. But after I got into the lead there, I just tried to stay smooth. I was keeping an eye on the carnage behind me. After the pit cycle and everything, when Kieran got closer to me, I figured he had damage because I had a little bit of straight line speed on him. And once he got to me, I was like, stay as wide as possible. And so that's what I tried to do, stay consistent, stay wide. And luckily it paid off. That whole last lap was so insane. Like I said, I don't think I breathed once the whole time. And luckily I got that switchback in that tight corner. I think it's turn 5 or something like that. That really sealed the deal for me, and luckily cruised it on in for my first win.
Now, I want to ask about the incident, the sportsmanship incident between you and Kieran there, coming into the coming down to the straight there. It was beautiful sportsmanship from both of you, like with him turning you in and then him giving you the spot back still. I'm glad to see that there's still some sportsmanship going on. And how do you feel about that?
It happens. He wanted to get the move done and locked up. I've done it many a times. It's racing. It happens. No harm, no foul. Just a little bit of contact, especially in Rallycross. That's fine.
Awesome. Can't think of any.
Hey, Goddard, I got a question. Yeah, I got a question. Hey, Goddard, this is more of a funny haha question, but how do you feel after ruining another perfect season for somebody?
Feels pretty good. Pretty pumped.
It feels, yeah, I bet it does. I should kick you out of this booth.
Oh, man.
Goddard, great race tonight, man. Great defensive driving. You really held your nerve throughout the entire race, dude. Good job. Seriously, good job. It's amazing to see how far you've come. So, great win tonight. Yeah, anyone you want to thank?
As always, the wife and my dad for watching and supporting and everything. The whole NASA and ASN crew for the amazing series and broadcast every week. Of course, the team with JC Simsport, they've been backing me pretty hard. And Emma and Debbie with Crown Creamery.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming out tonight. We're excited to see you for next week, and hope you have an awesome rest of your night.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
All righty.
Steven, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. Big shout out to the moms and dads in the chats, the girlfriends, the parent, boyfriends, whatever you got, wives, husbands. Big shout out to everyone here tuning in, giving their support. As the checkered flag falls on the evening here at Oschersleben, on our behalf, our entire production staff and producer, Stephen Moreau, my name is Joshua Darnell, and I want to thank you again for joining us for today's coverage of the NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship. I want to give a congratulations to our winner this evening, Zachary Goddard. He ran an amazing race, textbook defense. Just a reminder, you don't want to miss on the 7th round of NASA Rallycross Contenders here tomorrow back at Oschersleben B. Until then, guys, I've been Joshua Darnell. That's been Stephen Moreau. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Take it easy.
Have an awesome rest of your night, guys.